Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in cartology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in ensaymada baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga-Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart to code.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Hi, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it.
Oh my God! And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win.
Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in cartology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and Chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Giga-Power. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chika to chika.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na, day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Giga Power. Simple, smart ako.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the bench loves it.
Oh my God! And on three. 1, 2, 3.
watching from all over the Philippines and all across the globe. Live po tayo ngayon mula dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Center. It is the beautiful scenery we have for you today in the Muntinlupa Sports Center. And we have a spectacular set of matches para sa inyo ngayon. It is the All-Star Bacolod Ballers BingoPlus taking on the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And right after that, it will be the Nueva Ecija Capitals versus the Kuala Lumpur SCL. And to cap things off tonight, the San Juan Knights will take on the Tanduay Rum Masters. I am Nico Aaron Quintong, and joining me in today's coverage is Coach Mike Perez. Now, Coach, what better way to start the month of April with some Filbasket action?
Yeah, definitely. And very powerful yung mga games natin today. All the three games we have, really good and really nice. I hope everyone will stick around and join us, Miko.
Okay, and joining me and Coach Mike on the panel will be the third member of our team, Sam Colosso. There she is. Hi, Sam.
Mike, as you can see, the energy is high from both of our teams. So let's see how this game turns out in a bit.
All right, and that is our courtside reporter all throughout this day, Sam Colosso. She will give us more updates in a bit. Now, Coach, today's opening game ngayong Filbasket Friday, the triple header to start will be the All-Star Bacolod Ballers versus the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. It is a tale of two teams, Coach. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers want to bounce back. You have guys like Alwin Alday.
Yeah, but definitely Alwin Alday, one of the better heroes for the past games for Bacolod. We asked before whose team is this, yung Bacolod ba? But now it's clear it's going to be Marquis, and Alwin Alday is going to lead this team. Of course, a lot is expected from Alwin in this match.
Yes, I mean, they want to bounce back from their loss last game. They want to be able to bounce back, but standing in their way itong Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, you have Jeric Teng, one of their key players.
Well, of course, Jeric Teng, a PBA champion, one of the good basketball players that we have here in Filbasket. A lot is being looked at for Jeric Teng in this match as well.
Yes, and if there's one common theme these two teams share, Coach, is that they want to come back stronger. Itong All-Star Bacolod Ballers looking to bounce back from their loss, while the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors want to start this season strong. They finished 4th place last Filbasket Subic Championship. They want to start on a high note.
That's right. And I think part of what we want to do now is that for All-Star Bacolod, what they've done really is they lost in their last match versus Tanduay, and that loss really came just in the 4th quarter. Just too much rum in that match. Out-rebounded, out-bench points off turnovers, as well as fast break inside points. All of them belong to Tanduay as they dominated that game, especially that 4th quarter when that defense really tightened up for the Rum Masters.
Yes, and what they're looking for really, Coach, is that spark they had in their win over the San Juan Knights. It's something they really want to bring dito sa larong ito. But standing in their way are the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. It's a team we know has the experience, they have the skills, and they've been here before. They want to come back stronger dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship.
And you're right, they've been here before because last time they ended up 4th place in our Subic Championship, and they were just semifinals away from getting into the finals, which eventually was won by AICC Manila. Of course, a lot of the players that's returning for these teams. Notable would, of course, be Jeric Teng, who we showed earlier. We've got Mark Lester Tamayo, Ryan Costello from San Sebastian Recoleto, also joining this team and returning to play for the Santa Lucia Realtors. While for the Filbasket signings, the latest we have would be Damien Lasco, the former NCBA Wildcat. Of course, there's June Manso, the guy who took UP to the finals in season 81 of the UAAP. And of course, we have the 2017 33rd pick overall TNT Dave Moralde joining the fray as well for the Pasig Realtors. Of course, we're looking forward to Jason Ballesteros, the big guy in the middle, Rob Manalang as well, Jason Nimes and Drag Tata. Really, Pasig Realtors is one team that we're very interested to look at here, Nico.
As you mentioned, Coach, the Pasig Realtors standing with us right now pre-game is one of the key players para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. He is Jeric Teng. With him is Sam Colosso right now. Hi, Sam.
Thank you, Nico. I'm here with Jeric from the Pasig Realtors. Jeric, we've seen you evolve from UAAP up to the last season of Filbasket. What is new for you this season?
I guess I'm trying to get back in shape. I was out of shape last Filbasket season, so ayun, that's what I'm doing.
So, ano naman yung expectations mo coming into your first game?
There will be lots of mistakes and errors, pero we'll just continue to play and hustle. Kasi it's our first game. We'll have the opening jitters, pero we're gonna do our best. We're gonna stick to our game plan.
Message mo to your fans, Jeric.
To all the Pasig fans, sana tuloy-tuloy nyo kami supportahan. Tuloy-tuloy nyo supportahan yung Liga, Filbasket. Yun, enjoy.
Thank you so much and good luck to your team. Back to you, Nico and Coach Mike.
Thank you so much, Shem. You are joining us on YouTube, Facebook, Kumu, and TikTok Live. Hang on to your seats because we are about to begin our opening game this Friday. The All-Star Bacolod Bingo Ballers taking on the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. We will send you over to our venue announcer, Ryan Villena.
Good afternoon and welcome to Filbasket Summer Championship 2022, presented by Puregold. This is the first game of our triple header between All-Star Bacolod Baller BIngoPlus and the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Are you ready? Let's meet the starters of All-Star Bacolod Ballers BIngoPlus. At point guard, standing 5'10" from Centro Escolar University, number 40, J.K. Casino. At shooting guard, standing 5'11" from La Consolacion College, number 17, Alvin Alday. At small forward, standing 6'1" from Arellano University, number 1, Craniel Villoria. At power forward, standing 6'3" from San Sebastian College, Cavite, number 83, Mark Yee. And at center, standing 6'6" from the University of the Visayas, number 25, Adrian Lau. The head coach for All-Star Bacolod Ballers is Alexander Angeles. And now, the starters of the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. At point guard, standing 5'5" from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 4, Ryan Costello. As shooting guard, standing 5'10" from the University of the Philippines, number 13, June Manzo. As small forward, standing 6'2" from the University of Santo Tomas, number 16, Jeric Tang. At power forward, standing 6'2" from Centro Escolar University, number 12, Tyrone Chan. And at center, standing 6'5" from the University of the Philippines, number 15, Jello Vito. The head coach of Pasig Santa Lucia is Edundo de la Cruz. Our officials for this game, blue sheet is Alan Montano, first referee is John Ramirez.
And here you have the starting lineups for both teams. Craniel Villoria, Mark Yee, Adrian Lau, Giancarlo Casino, and Alwin Alday para dito sa All-Star Bacolod Ballers. And for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, it's Jeric Teng, Tyron Chan, Jello Vito, Ryan Costello, and June Manzo. We are set to tip things off to kick off our Friday triple header action dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers win the opening tip. They want to bounce back in this ball game after one big win over the San Juan Knights. While the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors naman look to start the season strong, but starting strong is Mark Yee with that layup.
Very early on, a Bacolod team wanting Mark Yee to get involved, setting him up for that very simple curve from top of the key. Good setup there for the Bacolod team.
And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers drawing first blood here. Jeric Tang will step back. That's no good. And they get a second chance look. Trying to get their rhythm to start off this first quarter. Itong Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. June Manzo will take a three. That's no good. He steps out of bounds. Ball will go back to the All-Star Bacolod Ballers.
That time around, All-Star Bacolod, really good job on the defensive end, sticking to that 1-2-2 zone, preventing any penetrations on that offensive set para dito sa Pasig Realtors. And so far, it's been good on the two sets for Bacolod, offense and defense.
And we're seeing such high-pressure defense already, Coach Mike, not to start this ball game. They will take a jumper, and that's good. That is money.
I like the activity of Bacolod now compared to how they played the first time around against the Tanduay Ram. Right now, they're more dynamic. They're onboarding more people. Unlike before when we saw a little bit more of Alwin Alday in that match, especially in the fourth quarter. And it's really good news for Coach Alex Angeles to make that tweak and see all that movement on the offensive end for the Bacolod All-Stars.
As you mentioned, Coach, no, they're starting very energetic dito sa ball game na to. No? The body language is much better. They're more composed. But etong Santa Lucia Realtors, they're not new to this competition. This is something they want to win for themselves. And we will have a timeout to begin this first quarter. 4-0 lead for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And the Prince loves it.
Oh my God! And on three. 1, 2, 3.
Win.
Not in my house. Let's go! Come on, come on!
Mike, you talk about reaching back and throwing it down.
And we are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Now that was an unofficial timeout we had due to some technical difficulties. The score now is 2-0. That basket by the All-Star Bacolod Ballers did not count earlier, but possession will go to them. So nagbabalik na po ngayon ang ating Filbasket action. Tuloy-tuloy na po tayo dito sa first quarter.
Not a very good offensive set there for Bacolod. Not able to find the option in that last set, and we'll see how they recover. This time we have Realtors with the offense.
June Manzo gives it to Jello Vito. The Santa Lucia Realtors still trying to get their rhythm dito sa first quarter, Coach Mike.
Yep, and Bacolod looking to push really with JK Casino on the helm. So you see that missed shot again.
And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers getting quick start for them in this ball game. It is still 2-0 our score. Lots of shots have been taken up, but both teams trying to get their rhythm in this ball game. They go with a weave offense here. Manzo with a jab. Kicks it out to Vito. Vito will pull up. That is no good.
Offense taking a bit more of the time of both teams on those last two sets. So we'll see how this progresses. Mukhang medyo rusty ng konti ang both teams, especially coming off that a little bit of lull earlier in this game.
Yeah, speaking of rust, Coach, no, I mean, if you're an athlete, you would love to be able to get your rhythm early on in this ball game, no? So parang every basket just gives you so much momentum.
Right, that's why it's very important at the start of the game that you warm yourself up, get those blood flowing, and get those muscles relaxed so that once in game, you can actually just use them and everything will just be muscle memory from there on.
Santa Lucia, speaking of muscle memory, that is something Costello likes to do with that layup there. It ties up the game and giving Santa Lucia their first basket.
Well, marquee late on that baseline drive by Ryan Costello, of course, that Spitfire guard from San Sebastian really would see those seams and get through them. And look at how high the offense of the Bacolod Ballers are. And thankfully, they got the ball inside for that free two for Lau.
Oh, and one for Lau. Fantastic pass to Lau on the inside, as we see in the replay here.
Yep, right there. Beautiful cut inside. Sees that Jerick will just fly by, and he goes for those 2 points. Really, Realtors right now are trying to push the ball as far back for Bacolod, but at timeout, Bacolod able to respond in that situation.
And as we come off, you said respond, Coach. They want to respond in this ball game. They want to get their second win, respond after that loss they had against the Tanduay Ram Masters. But they've had lights of spark, like their game against the San Juan Knights. They won that one in such a thriller. And we would also like to thank the Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sports Scoring Solutions. Thank you so much, Cantigo Scoreboards, for our Filbasket score today.
And Bacolod looking to run on every live turnover, which is really what the brand of basketball of the Bacolod All-Stars are. And right now, they're up 7-2, and which bodes well for them in this match.
And there will be another foul called here. It is a 5-point lead for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. starting off with that same spark they had with their win against the San Juan Knights. They like their body language. Ito namang Santa Lucia Realtors looking to start their season strong.
Beautiful seal right there, but he didn't get the leather. A nice cut and pass to Ryan Costello.
And Jeric Tang will get the offensive rebound. He wants to reset, but he realizes time is not on his side, so he pulls up. That is no good.
And when Jeric Tang said at the start there will be mistakes and there'll be a little bit of rustiness, he expects that. But as we go along, we expect this team to loosen up and get into their usual sets and be freely flowing that from there.
And some early fouls called dito sa ating first quarter of action rather. The Bacolod Ballers are really taking advantage of their experience right now. We could see a 5-point lead. Oh, some off-ball action. Viloria will pull up. That is no good.
And somebody holding on to someone caught. I believe that's gonna be on Vito.
And Jello Vito, the former UP Fighting Maroon coach, he's always been that kind of a stretch 4 or 5 type of player.
Yeah, but you see Marquis trying to get that leather at the low post there.
Here's Marquis. Let's see what he does. He likes that spot. That's his sweet spot, but he kisses it out to Casino. Casino will pull up. Oh, that would have been a tough shot.
Well, unlike their very first set when everybody was dynamic, everybody was moving, ito medyo stagnant ng konti ulit itong offense ng Bacolod All-Stars.
And this season's Filbasket is presented to you by Puregold. Vito kicks it out to Chan. Chan will pull up. That's no good. And ball goes back to the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. Our score has still been 7-2 for the past minute or so. Both teams trying to get their rhythm. And speaking of rhythm, Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. And Alday, book it.
That really is the forte of an Alwin Alday. If you get him off ball, get him to his free spots, kick it out to him, he's going to be able to sink that shot better than him coming down and bringing that leather with all that defense focused on him.
And to give us some updates right now, we will turn you over to our courtside reporter, Sam Colosso. Hi, Sam.
Thank you, Nico. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers are early today making sure to set their energy high. Sabi nga ni Marquis, kailangan nilang mag-bounce back sa game na ito. Hanggat maaari, they need to win one game at a time. As a team, they need to step up on their defense and push more rebounds. We'll be back with more Filbasket news after the break.
And we are back for the Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers off to a hot start in this instant replay, which is brought to you by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako. It is a 10-point lead for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. The Santa Lucia Realtors trying to get their rhythm to start off this first quarter.
And finally, June Manso says, I've had enough. I'm going to take over this game. I'm going to go in, be intentional about it. At talaga nakita niya, pinasok niya kagad yung gap na yon because you don't want to go down deeper, lalo na as you see Alwin Alday starting to, get that rhythm back, who now has 5 points and 1 assist to his name.
And we have June Manzo, the former UP Fighting Maroon coach, mula dito sa UAAP. He's been one of the standouts for UP when he had his time in college.
Oh yeah, of course, especially with that team that they had Kobe Paras, Richie Rivero. I mean that team was something else after seeing that finals, I think in 2019, if I'm not mistaken.
And now the field goes 5 of 9 itong All-Star Bacolod Ballers, and then Pasig City Realtors 1 of 8 to start. So Santa Lucia, coach, really looking to get their rhythm itong first quarter.
Yeah, they're pretty much struggling right now, but that's a good way to start it off with June Manso driving really hard. And a good defense right there by the Realtors, probably to turn something else really good for them on the front end.
Oh, the crossover. Oh, that is fancy. Just not the finish wasn't there. Would have been a highlight play for the Santa Lucia Realtors. All-Star Bacolod now is running.
Well, point blank, you don't want to see that from your big guy, missing point blank. But I guess that is yung rustiness na minimension kanina ni Jeric Teng, no? They are going to commit mistakes, yun ang sinabi niya. And right now, hopefully it doesn't continue. Hopefully it stops already in the first quarter because your team is trailing now. Kailangan mong humabol.
And the Filbasket is brought to you by Cilium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation. 12-4 is our score dito sa first quarter. We are nearing the end of the first period. And Santa Lucia looks to come back, and that is one way to do it.
Well,
a floater.
Well, so far it seems that it's only been Ryan Costello who's found the solution to that zone defense by the Bacolod bowlers. And good for Ryan Costello, who now has 4 points in this game.
Veloria will pull up. That's no good, but the offensive rebound for Bacolod. And we will have another foul. Itong si Costello, no, he's small but terrible, coach. Those floaters he's had. And this move of the game here, speaking of Costello, it is brought to you by Puregold. Costello there with the off-the-glass floater.
Once he saw that closeout coming, he saw that gap inside. One dribble, pull up for a floater, beautifully done by Ryan Costello. Ito si Ryan Costello, malito pero sobrang tapang maglaro nito. So it's siya talaga ang kailangan mo sa loob if you want to get back in this match. Anyway, they're just down by 2 possessions.
Oh, Rob Manalang! That's how you do an entrance, coach.
Right. And I think that side of the floor has been pretty porous para dito sa Bacolod bowlers. That side has always been penetrated twice already. The first one by June Manso, then the second one by Rob Manalang.
And Rob Manalang, the former Adamson soaring Falcon, he is one guy to look out for the Realtors. He'll pull up from 3. That's money.
When you have the ball at the post, you use Marquis as your point forward, trying to look for those shooters in the perimeter. And that time, he saw that skip pass and giving Veloria that 3 in the corner.
And Santa Lucia, a good set of plays, both on offense and defense. They get the ball back.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. When you bring that leather too close to the sideline, there is a possibility, as you see that drive there by Rob Manalang. As I was saying earlier on that trap, you bring that ball too close to the sidelines and deeper than the free throw line extension, that's going to be a problem for you. That's area where most probably double teams would come.
And Marquis now in the post-up. That's his sweet spot. He wants to make something there. He calls ISO, but he gives it up to Ilagan. Ilagan will take a floater.
You see a little bit of action there between Chan and Marquis.
Talagang itong teams na to, coach, no, napaka-physical eh. You see the physicality, especially when you're here live. You could really see what's going on inside the paint.
Yeah, and if you're going up against Marquis, I mean, you really have to be ready with a lot of physicality because the years of experience ng nilaro niya, sa dami na nakalaban niya, he's seen everything. So, talagang lalaban at laban niya, kukompete yan.
And we will have some substitutions para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. They trimmed the lead down to within 7, slowly getting their rhythm in this ball game. June Manso is coming back. They want to finish this quarter strong, but the All-Star Bacolod ballers still sticking to their full court man-to-man press here.
Would be interesting since Jason Ballesteros already on the floor. We'll see how that matchup goes.
And one of our sponsors, the Manila Kingpin, they will open their first branch in Cebu. So abangan niyo po yan, ang Manila Kingpin, which will open on April 2. April 2 is tomorrow. So abangan niyo po yan, mga Cebuano, ang Manila Kingpin.
Boy, you really have to admire a Marquis. Undersized compared to Jason Ballesteros. But, you know, talagang if it's in you, yung love mo for the game and you want to win each and every time, you will get really good results in every possession.
Kumbaga itong si Marquis, coach, no, if there's one word to define him, palag eh.
Oo, palag talaga.
Maglaro eh. And I mean, when he was with in the PBA, he was a bit undersized for his position, no? But yung laro niya talaga, the height doesn't matter. Talagang palag siya maglaro eh.
Yep. Sometimes it's not really about yung skill set. It's about your will to play the game. And the contributions would really come in, lalo na as you progress yung skill set mo and your stamina.
And Marky will go to the line for two. One of the veterans para dito sa All-Star Bacolod Ballers looking to go 2 for 2 at the line. Itong si Marky, I spoke with him after their win over the San Juan Knights, coach. He told me, sinabi daw sa kanila ni coach is just puso na lang eh. Kasi they were down big against the San Juan Knights. And sometimes you don't need to complicate things with basketball. It's just all about heart.
Yeah, I call that the Marquee game kasi talagang, you know, it was pushing everyone eh, diba? Motivating them and telling them, you know, guys, we still have a good chance of winning this. And so they did.
Oh, a step back by Manzo. That is no good. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers now strong on the rebounds. They're playing faster. Leyu will take a floater. That's no good. Some tic-tac basketball here. At mababalik ang bola, it will stay with Bacolod.
I felt that Leo on that floater slipped a little bit kaya nawalan yung ano yung traction, yung paglundag niya kaya short yung floater niya that time. Interesting now, we have Richard Albo, one of the really good shooters of Bacolod All-Stars. Should bring some firepower to this team on the offensive end.
6 seconds on the shot clock for Bacolod. They want to make something happen. Aldo, that's no good. The second chance opportunities Bacolod is getting here. Leyu kicks it out. That's no good. And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers get another look, but they turn it over. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors will take possession.
Yeah, pretty bad offensive set there. Twice for Bacolod All-Stars, taking too much to have that offense mature. And so, naputukan sila doon ng isang error, kaya turnover tayo para dito sa Pasig Realtors.
And we are down to our final 50 seconds.
Good elevator
for our opening
screen.
period. Manalang is double teamed. Oh, but he steps back. He pulls up. That's no good. Ganda sana nun.
Everything but the basket in that last execution.
Leyu with a jumper and one. That is cash money for Leyu.
Well, Leo, once he saw that close out by Gonzalez, immediately stopped and popped for that dime and getting that end one. As you see this one, that kick out, that lead pass going to Leo. He sees that big man stopping and sagging, jumps up and gets that basket in. And that closeout caused that foul on Leo.
Joel Liu, one of the youngest players for this team, coach. You have that's why I like this Bacolod team. It's a good balance of youth and experience.
Yep, and maganda dito yung mga players mo is talagang led well by Coach Alex Angeles, who at one point also was in that situation, learning the game and being better at it. And so he wants to share this to the young ones as well for Team Bacolod.
And our prize money is brought to you by Emedisure Pharmacy. Thank you so much, Emedisure Pharmacy. The prize money will go to the champions of this Filbasket Summer Championship. 12 seconds left to shoot. Bacolod wants to take the final shot. They have a 10-point lead. Liu will go one-on-one, but he kicks it out to Albo. He's going to pull up. That's no good. And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers off to a fiery start. 10-point lead, 18-8. They take a commanding lead dito sa ating first period over the Santa Lucia Realtors. Here's some highlights from that quarter.
Yep, as we see right there, that foul called on the Bacolod Ballers, trying to grab over the outstretched arms of Jason Ballesteros.
And because of that, Ballesteros will go to the line for two. If he makes these two free throws, he could trim the lead down to single digits. But he doesn't, so he could go 1 for 2 here. But the All-Star Bacolod Ballers with a terrific start to this ball game, coach. They've started off strong. The body language is on point. Itong Santa Lucia Realtors naman, experienced team, still trying to get the rhythm in this opening period. And here we have some highlights from that first period.
Again, that beautiful cut right there by Lau of that broken play. And of course, Ryan Costello twice in this quarter, seeing that gap on that low block. And of course, we get that streak by Alwin Alday, ending up with his 2 points. and his first 5 points here in the first quarter for Bacolod All-Stars.
And our score is 18-9 for the All-Star Bacolod Bingo Ballers. We will be back for more action dito sa Filbasket. We are back for more action. It is the start of the second period dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championships between the All-Star Bacolod BingoPlus Ballers and the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Nico Aaron Quintong joining you today with Coach Mike Perez. Now, Coach, a 9-point lead for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. The field goal percentage has been high.
Well, definitely. Well, one of the things that really went well para dito sa Bacolod All-Stars rebound, 15 versus 10, which they converted to fast break points at 6-0 in favor of Bacolod All-Stars. But then again, you see the Pasig Realtors coming back with more points of turnovers versus the Bacolod All-Stars.
And now, the Santa Lucia Realtors, June Manzo at the 1 position. He has a lot of experience dito sa liga ng Filbasket. He wants to bring that to this Realtors team. And Nimes will take a tough drive, but the offensive rebound is no good for the Realtors.
Sayang yung pag-create ng bigger gap on that side of the floor. Hindi nila na-convert. Cleared out for a drive, but just couldn't get those floaters in.
Oh, Bacolod looking for some pick and roll action. They find the open man. He's gonna drive in. That's a tough move.
That's one thing that you don't want your big man to do. Do a long closeout, especially on the big man in the middle, to do a long closeout, because that technically opens the lane up for anyone who wants to go in and create layups for themselves.
Oh, Rob Manalang, a little razzle-dazzle there. The Realtors moving the ball around.
Take this shot. You gotta
He's
take
gonna
this
pull
shot.
up. And that's a trickle in for Rob Manalang, bringing the lead within 8.
There you go. As soon as you get that defense sagging inside the paint, you see that free kick out, go get it, and go claim that 3. At least you got a good chance of making baskets as opposed to merong depensa sa harapan mo habang tumitira ka.
You know what they say, Coach? Shooters gotta shoot.
Right.
And that's what he did the last play.
But definitely when you're shooting, and if you're the offensive end naman, dapat you pass to where there's least resistance. So see that shot, nothing there for Bacolod All-Stars.
And a good sequence para dito sa Santa Lucia Realtors. They're starting to get their rhythm, get their feel here. So after that 3-point basket, as we see by Rob Manalang, that shot trickled in, and that is money for the former Adamson starting Falcon. And now in the second period, we will get more updates from Sam Coloso. Hi Sam, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Nico. Sabi nga ni Jeric Teng, it's gonna be a hard first game for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. But somehow, they already know what to expect. Sabi ni Jeric, they started late, so they should treat every game as a big game. Mapapagod physically and mentally, but they should remember what they came here for. Nico, Coach Mike?
Thank you so much, Sam. That was Sam Coloso with our updates from the sidelines. Manalang will pull up. That's no good. But June Manzo settles his troops, but he goes attacks early. Oh, big boy move, June Manzo.
Well, prior to that basket by June Manzo, 3 empty possessions straight para dito sa Realtors. They've set up Josa Nimes on that single play on the right side of the floor, but nothing came up until June Manzo just went in and banked that shot for the Realtors.
June Manzo, he's unafraid of any kind of contact. Yung time niya with UP, coach, he would do a lot of those, especially against the Adams of Saudi Falcons when they played in the semifinals. And that move of the game is brought to you by Puregold. Strong move there by June Manzo.
Yeah, yung mga bata dyan na nanonood ng game of basketball, lalo na dito sa Filbasket, panoorin niya yung ginawa na yan ni June Manzo because there's a lot of tip that you can see in there na every time you go inside, be ready for that contact and be ready to finish.
And now the lead is down to 6. The Realtors finding their rhythm now in the second quarter. Manzo's gonna pull up again. That's no good.
Alvin Alday finally on the floor after scoring 5 points in the early part of the first quarter. Look at Manso go for that, Nico.
He's a pesky defender, isn't he? And Jerick Tang now, he wants to do some work. A little trip, Tang takes advantage. That is no good for Jerick Tang, and Bacolod now trying to slow things down.
Well, Jerick Tang continues to struggle on the floor. It's only a matter of time. Hopefully we see him get that ball through that rim.
The Realtors look to run. Santa Lucia and Lasco just unable to finish. Albo pulls up. That's money.
That ball went from the backcourt to the front court without hitting the floor. It only goes to show you the cohesiveness on the transition play para dito sa Bacolod All-Stars.
And speaking of cohesion, Coach, itong Bacolod All-Stars getting their rhythm now. They're starting to feel more confident as the game goes by.
But I like this combination of Dave Moralde, Jun Manso, Jerick Teng, Jason Ballesteros, and Damian Lasco. I like this 5 for the Realtors because it shows you more, I guess, energy and more aggressiveness, to which I felt was missing in the early part of the game. So we expect a run here from the Pasig Realtors, especially be heading into the half.
And now, the Bacolod Bowlers still have a 9-point lead, but the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors slowly chipping away in this ball game. They are coming back stronger. They want to capitalize on their momentum they have this second period. Now they have a full court press.
Full court pressure here, and JK Casino really just trying to set up that table para sa Bacolod All-Stars.
They go to Marquis in the post.
Beautiful pass!
And Albo with the second offensive rebound for the All-Star Bacolod Bowlers. That was the spectacular pass by Marquis.
Well, good read on Marquis and a good cut there by Alvin Alday. I mean, if that had gone in, that would have been part of the highlights that we have for this game. And just the communication between these two veterans really doing well para dito sa Bacolod All-Stars so far.
And Filbasket would like to thank the Cantigo Scoreboard Multi-Sports Scoring Solution. So thank you very much, Cantigo Scoreboard. 24-14 is our score. Back to a double-digit lead for the All-Star Bacolod Bowlers. But the Santa Lucia Realtors are slowly but surely getting their footing dito sa ating second period.
And how about the contribution of Richard Albo? Yung pag nasa loob yan, he gives your team some range. And if you need shooting, dun sa magagamit talaga itong Richard Albo.
Jerick Tang, cross-court pass to Manalang. Manalang will have to come up with something here. He wants one-on-one. Oh, Rob Manalang, tough move. He will go to the line for 2.
That time around, it was all Rob Manalang, especially as that shot clock wind down. He had to create and fabricate a shot because they don't want to come up with another empty possession. As you see Dave Moralde right there talking to his troops, telling them, hey guys, still very early in this match. We're still in this. You just got to relax and get back into our rhythm and get into our sets.
And our Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship is brought to you by Celium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation. Rob Manalang looking to go 1 for 2 from the line, and he does. It is back to a 9-point lead para dito sa All-Star Bacolod Bowlers, but Manalang trimming that to single digits rather.
Press break well done there para dito sa Bacolod after that full court pressure by the Realtors.
And Mark Yee back to the post. He doesn't get that pass inside, so he kicks it out. Garcia, tough defense by Tang.
And Dave Moralde, one of the better rebounding guards that we have in Filbasket, able to corral that leather.
He kicks it to Manalang. Manalang's gonna pull up, and he hits. The rebounding as well has been on point for both teams. 22 rebounds for the Bacolod Ballers and 17 for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
Now right here, full man-to-man here by the Realtors. There's a switch.
Albo pulls up. That's no good.
That's his shot. Even if that didn't go in, that's his shot.
And Albo, he knew he missed that one. He had to go in strong for the basket. That's why he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
Yeah, as you see that play right there, that skip pass to Manalang. Manalang lets go that 3 and will basket that in.
And that instant replay is brought to you by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako.
And that last possession with Richard Albo missing and getting that offensive rebound to which he drove, that's not really his forte. He's really more of a spot-up guy. Give him 1-2 dribbles before he makes a shot. But you give him more than 2 dribbles, that's going to be a little bit difficult for him to create.
8-point lead here for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. Jeric Peng, he tries to drive. That's no good. Ganda ng depensa dun ng Bacolod Ballers. Now they're pushing the pace.
Oh, good counter steal there by Ryan Costello.
Oh, great pass by
nice
Manalang.
Passing there.
That is what you call teamwork.
Finally, we see some multiple passing here for the Pasig Realtors. Hopefully, that starts to get them in a rhythm.
All-Star Bacolod, they know Santa Lucia is slowly getting back into this ball game.
And again, like what we said, Richard Albo, that's not really his forte to finish in traffic. Ryan Costello inside. Oh, what a move!
As I said, small but terrible itong si Ryan Costello, and that forces the All-Star Bacolod Ballers to call a timeout. The lead is now within 4 as we see Ryan Costello.
You closing out on me, right? Look at that. Beautiful play for Ryan Costello.
And we'll be back for more Filbasket action. Stick around. And we are back para sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship. It is the second period of action, which is a very close one. Costello with a drive, and Costello making them pay. The lead now for Bacolod is down to 2.
I think the Pasig Realtors are starting to read that every time that ball gets into Marquis on the post, he's not scoring. He's passing, he's looking for shooters, and they're trying to close out on all the shooters once that ball gets to Marquis on the post.
Oh, and a turnover by Bacolod. Teng looks to run. He spins.
Look at Dave Moralde rebounding that. Rob Manalang letting go the 3.
And now, etong All-Star Bacolod Ballers coach, starting to sense a little more urgency dito sa ball game. They led by as much as 12 in that first period. Ngayon, it is down to 2. So we see the Santa Lucia Realtors slowly but surely getting their rhythm in this ball game.
Well, that defense started tightening up para dito sa Realtors, which brought them to that. And more importantly, as they get that possession and get those deflections on the other end, they're also able to convert. I think that's the change that happened mid of the second quarter. That's why right now, what used to be, a double-digit lead is now down to 2 points.
And we are nearing the 2-minute mark of the ball game. The Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship would like to thank Wilson. Wilson is the official game ball of the 2022 Filbasket Summer Championship. Mark Yee wants some isolation. but he gets caught with a traveling.
That's a good job of staying home there for Chan, knowing that, you know, there's a little probability that Marquis is going to go for an attempt. He just stuck with that, stayed home, and forced Marquis into that turnover.
Now the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors seeking to tie the ball game with this possession. Manzo kicks it out. That's no good. Bacolod will get the ball back.
And the Bacolod bowlers continue to use that 2-3 zone against the Pasig Realtors. Jun Manso diving down on the floor, really wanting that possession.
Ito na, we are nearing the 2-minute mark of the first half. 2-point lead para dito sa All-Star Bacolod bowlers, but the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors want to start their tournament strong. They need a win here to get off the right foot.
Well, J-Boy Sol is already in here for Bacolod All-Stars, probably to give them a different look on the post. That combination with Marquis hopefully would create something. Oh, beautiful turnaround there by Liu.
At sa mga Cebuano natin dyan, one of our sponsors, the Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu. At bukas na po yan magbubukas, April 2. So abangan niyo po ang Manila Kingpin. A little tick-for-tack basketball we have here.
Oh, good tap there by Marquis. Everyone that's diving for that leather.
Such scrappy defense para itong All-Star Bacolod ballers, coach. They know the Santa Lucia Realtors slowly chipping this lead up, so they had to step it up defensively.
And I'm starting to love this guy, Liu. The energy that he brings on the floor. Talaga nga namang makikita mo. And if you're Coach Alex Angeles, talagang good job, boy. That's what you want to tell him, and you want to reward him with more playing time, I guess.
Oo, kasi batang-bata pa to si Liu, coach.
Right,
He's one of the youngest, so they'll really need his energy. But before that, we have another timeout. 29-25 is our score for the All-Star Bacolod ballers. Magbabalik po ang Filbasket. And Mark Yee, one of the standouts for the All-Star Bacolod ballers now. Hear ye, not hear ye. But Mark Yee slowly looking to bounce back in his performance.
Yeah, that's night and day between those two games. San Juan Knights for Marquis. 3 points and 5 rebounds and 2 assists so far in this match para dito sa veteran na si Marquis.
Now the Santa Lucia Realtors, they know they have to put something up. Nimes, and he makes him pay.
Finally, we got Nimes getting that basket in, seeing that opening, and really that lane opens up para dito kay Nimes.
Terrific defense by Santa Lucia, but gets it to Joel Liu. He kicks it out to Casino. That is no good, but another second chance looks for the All-Star Bacolod ballers. They have 10 to shoot. Casino is double teamed. Liu, that is no good for him, and the Realtors are on the run. Oh, Manzo, beauty!
I'll take note, guys. That's 1 against 4 on that end of the floor. And talagang Jun Manso, with the experience that he has, using his wit to get through that defense.
And here we go, a little bit more life for the Realtors. That basket June Manzo made in the replay right here. This gives them the tie ball game. It is 29-all, and June Manzo getting fancy with it. But what's a fancy with a nice finish as well? Tough move.
Hindi madali yung tira na yan. Nico, napakahirap niyan. You finish off with the left, and you know, with the left leg going for a right-handed shot.
And our prize money sponsor is brought to you by Medisure Pharmacy. and Medisure Pharmacy, our prize money sponsor for the champions of the Filbasket Summer Championship.
Perfect execution of that creation down there. Nimes seeing Solis on him, little hesitation, sees the slot open, and Marky late to cover, and that end one for Nimes.
May handles din pala tong si Nimes, coach. Ano?
Yeah, this guy can score.
And now the Realtors take the lead. The 2-point lead for the Realtors. All-Star Bacolod Ballers want to tie things up. They look to take the last shot to close this first half. What will they make of here? They have 10 seconds remaining.
There's the backdoor in that Chicago action.
Oh, but the double team to Mark Yee. He sees the time. He's going to take a fader. That's no good. And that will do it for the first half of action. The Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors coming out on top here in the end of the first half. It is 31-29 our score. They have slowly gotten the rhythm in this ball game. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers down by only 2. And we'll be back for more action dito sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship.
Dear classmates, I congratulate us for having the power. Who would have thought one can major in social media, minor in catology, or major in Mobile Legends, minor in Ensaymada Baking, or major in TikTok, minor in anime studies. Totoo and chismis, we really can do it all. And since we still have loads to discover, it is time to get giga-powered with Smart Gigapower. Enjoy 20 gigabytes for all sites and apps for only 149 pesos, so we can jump from app to app, passion to passion, chica to chica.
Para more ang saya.
Get giga-powered na day!
My apologies. Download the GigaLife app and choose Gigapower. Simple, smart a code.
And we are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. For those of you just joining us, it has been a back and forth matchup between the All-Star Bacolod Ballers and the Santa Lucia Realtors. The Santa Lucia Realtors slowly finding their rhythm in this ball game, and now they take the lead 31-29 para dito sa Pasig City Realtors. As you see some highlights from that first half, guys like Jeric Teng, Rob Manalang standing out. June Manzo also making some significant plays for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And the All-Star Bacolod Ballers, they are still within two. Here are our halftime stats.
Well, score of 29-31, 2-point field goal percentages in favor of the Pasig Realtors. And really that lead came down because of the points of turnover. The defense of Pasig Realtors really brought them back into this game and eventually coming up with the lead to start the third quarter.
And that you see the leading scorers for this ball game. We have Rob Manalang, Ryan Costello, June Manzo, Yosan Nimes, and then dito sa All-Star Bacolod Ballers we have Richard Albo, Alwin Alday, Jean Lemuel Pastillas, and Joel Lee Yu. So it has been a terrific set of action so far. For those of you just joining us, you can watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Kumu with a delayed telecast on Solar Sports. This is Nico Aaron Quintong still with you here, joined by Coach Mike Perez.
Well, tingin ko the two notables doon sa listahan ng mga leading scorers natin would be, of course, Lee Yu, who really impressed us in that first half. And then you have Aldin Alday, who's really the more proficient player inside for Bacolod All-Stars. But yung minutes niya, and they only played for 10 minutes. He shot 2 out of 3 from the field, pero very limited ang minutes niya, so ina-expect natin puputok ito dito sa ating third quarter.
And speaking of puputok, muntika na pumasok ang tres ni Alday doon. He's trying to get his rhythm in this ball game. The Santa Lucia Realtors want to sustain this 2-point lead, something that really brought out a lot of life in them, Coach.
Yep, and as you see, June Manso continues with yung aggression to driving inside those seams sa depensa nito ng Bacolod All-Stars. And talagang makikita mo dito na yung leadership quality ni June Manso. He wants to start things rolling para dito sa Pasig Realtors.
And speaking of June Manzo, he is the former UP Fighting Maroon, one of the significant players for the Fighting Maroons during his days with the UAAP.
Well, of course, coming from the University of Visayas as well, drafted in the fourth round and 39th overall by Blackwater. And in the MPBL played for, I think, the Zamboanga family's brand Sardines. And of course, that trip to the UAAP where he took the fight. Oh, what a three!
And Viloria just reminding us, the bank is open. Filbasket is brought to you by Celium Fiber, manufactured by the Leone Agriculture Corporation. Costello! Costello, a point guard playing like a center.
Well, Jeric Teng continues to struggle from the field. Hindi pa rin niya mahanap yung kanyang rhythm. Pero once na dumating yan, expect natin na bubulusok ang mga puntos para dito kay Jeric Teng.
Sagutan na tayo, Coach. Third quarter pa lang. Back and forth buckets para dito for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers and the Santa Lucia Realtors. Look at this replay here. Jeric Teng missing that shot, but Costello showing that height doesn't really matter for him. He could out-hustle everybody.
Tsaka speaking of height doesn't matter, yung mga guards na meron tayo ngayon dito. Alwin Alday, Lee Yu, and you've got JK Casino battling against itong sila June Manso. You know, napakaganda nitong combination ng mga guards na to na nasa floor ngayon.
And there will be a foul called. Ball will go back to the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. Back and forth action we have here dito sa Filbasket. Santa Lucia sticking to their full court press here. And Casino still dictating the pace for the Bacolod Ballers. They're more patient now with their offense.
They're trying to set up Alwin Alday.
And Alwin Alday now has the ball. But he is trapped. He's forced to kick it out. Tough shot. And he makes it. Viloria doesn't matter. He's got a jumper as smooth as butter.
Doon sa last game nila against Tanduay, he was really one of the scorers para sa Bacolod Ballers as backup kay Alwin Alday. So napakaganda ng value binibigay nitong si Viloria.
Sana playing with more urgency, coach. Itong All-Star Bacolod Ballers, they realized they gave up a lead. But 2 seconds left to shoot. And Manzo, he does not get a foul called. He takes it strong to the basket.
Again, the offense of the Realtors going back to where it was at the start of this match. Too long to develop, as we see that good defense right there and a good help on that low block from Lau, forcing Manso to miss that shot.
Santa Lucia sticking with their full court pressure here. Alday and Yi with a fake pass. He's gonna pull up. That's money for Mark Yi.
More efficient from the outside so far in this game versus the post-up moves. And that's what Mark Yi brings to the table para sa Bacolod Ballers.
Now we have more updates for you from the sidelines. Turning you over to Sam Colosso. Hi, Sam.
Thank you, Nico. Paalala ni Coach Alex Angeles is to be ready in the second half of the game. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers need to sustain their energy. Sabi ni Coach, pag inalagaan ng bola, patay ang kalaban. Pero pag pinabayaan, tayo ang patay. So keep the energy high, bumawi sa depensa at magtiwala sa kakampi. Nico, Coach Mike.
Thank you so much for that. Sam Colosso with our report from the sidelines. And as she mentioned, Coach, they want a spark of energy itong All-Star Bacolod Ballers. And we've seen that from them so far. But Gonzalez answers back with a big bucket.
A huge bucket nga yan para dito sa Pasig Realtors. And talk about Alwin Alday, who so far has 7 points in this game, going 4 out of 5 from the field. That value of Alwin Alday para dito sa labanang ito.
Casino, he'll try to make something up. That's no good. Oh, Veloria with a fake. Just unable to hit. Cancino will pull up. And that is swish. Flex on him, Cancino.
Dito na medyo delikado because that could spark something for JK Cancino. He knows how to take that shot, and you know Cancino may range yan. Kaya niyang bumasket dyan. So we'll see how this impacts his rhythm going to this match.
Swak na swak ang tres doon ni Cancino. Jeric Teng now is pulling up. That's no good. But Costello, again, the rebound.
Way off the mark pa rin itong si Jeric Teng. But the good thing is he still continues to shoot. And, you know, kung scorer ka, yun talaga gagawin mo. Hindi ka dapat tumigil sa pagtitira kahit na ikaw ay nagmimintes.
Santa Lucia getting a stop defensively. They have the numbers. June Manzo wants to pull up.
Sayang yung open 3 na yun para kay June Manso. And here's Alwin Alday.
More off-ball movement for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers.
There you
They
go.
want to hold on for this 5-point lead. Mark Yi wants an ISO. They have to get something up. Alday takes it, no good.
Every time that ball goes down the post, you always expect that for the most part, Mark Yi is going to try and find those shooters in the corners or on the wings.
Costello, another tough basket inside the paint. And ABB is within 3. They still hold on to this lead. But the Realtors have fought back in this game, Coach. Down by as much as 12. Now it is down to 3.
Well, yung balik nila is really more predicated on defense, just like this, so making it difficult for any attempt para sa Bacolod Ballers. And right now, every time live turnover, they try and go transition. And that time, duty foul right there for JK Cancino.
Speaking of duty fouls, Cancino just wanted to stop the momentum netong si June Manzo kasi alam niya na when June Manzo's on the loose, he will take advantage. But one other guy who has been a spark for the Realtors, etong si Costello, being a man amongst boys in that paint as if to say, anong height mo?
And of course, like we told earlier at the start of the match, itong si Ryan Costello, matibay, matapang, very solid player coming out of the San Sebastian program. And you expect that from a guard who's got into this level of basketball.
Rob Manalang now off the glass, and the bank is open for Rob Manalang. That brings them to a 43-42 ball game. All-Star Bacolod Ballers still up by 1. And this instant replay is brought to you by Smart. Smart Simple, Smart Ako. 43-42 is our score. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers still up by 1 dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship. We will be right back. back dito sa ating Filbasket Summer Championship, and that is our Commissioner, Jai Reyes. He is with us today. It is the third quarter of action. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers taking on the Pasig City Realtors. And as we saw earlier, Buddy Encarnado, the team owner nitong Pasig City Realtors. They are down by just one now, but ABB wants to sustain this lead. And one thing they could do is second chance points just like that.
Good pickup right there of that missed three. Right place, right time. And results in 2 points for Bacolod All-Stars.
Oh, Rob Manalang smooth behind the back. Nimes. There will be a foul. Now we are nearing the end of the third quarter. We have 3 minutes dito sa ating third period. Back and forth action. The All-Star Bacolod Ballers are still within 3, but the Realtors getting their rhythm.
Arben Johnson a bit late on that defensive end. And he really has to move more his legs and be enable to catch up with the movements of the offensive player in front of him. There's a switch in the middle again.
And Costello kicks it out to Moralde. Moralde hits.
Well, Moralde, known as one of the better rebounding guards, can also shoot it from outside. And he just shows you right there on the deep three from the corner.
Now we're seeing more defensive pressure from Pasig. But Johnson will kick it to Ilagan. That is no good. Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors forcing that turnover.
Arben Johnson could have gone left straight. That lane was open for him on that left side, but instead, last second, tried to dish it off, and that pass was too strong. As we see this mover by Ryan Costello on that kick out to Dave Moralde.
Dave Moralde, he's been known to hit those threes, even during his college days, Coach. You know, he's always had that range. And speaking of range, Rob Manalang showing he could land the jumper too.
And of course, Rob Manalang coming off that basketball program in Adamson University of Coach Franz Pomaren. You see that gutsiness in Rob Manalang, and you see that on the floor each and every time.
All-Star Bacolod Ballers trying to look for the open man. They find Liu, and Joel Liu pulls up.
Liu continues with his stellar play in this match, and Liu so far has 6 points to his name.
And now we have a tied ball game between the All-Star Bacolod Ballers and the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Joel Liu with a jumper there, the former FEU Tamarao for both high school and college. He's been working on his offensive game so far, giving them a tie ball game here.
Pressure tightening up here for the Pasig Realtors. They need to get a stop in order to regain the lead, but Richard Albo right there with a good three.
Itong si Albo, no? Stretch 4, stretch 5, hitting that jumper from deep. They take that three-point lead again.
Because that's really just who he is. Three-pointer with a good perimeter shot. Yun ang contribution niya to the game.
And the official game ball of the 2020 Filbasket Summer Championship is Wilson. So we would like to thank Wilson for our game ball this entire tournament. Moralde pulls it up. That's no good. And ABB will get the rebound.
Once again, Realtors taking too much time in executing that offensive set.
Jumper for ABB, that's no good. And there will be a foul. Ball goes back to the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. We have 58 seconds remaining in this ball game. Back and forth action between both teams. No one is letting up. And our prize money for the champions of this Filbasket Summer Championship is brought to us by the Emedisure Pharmacy. So thank you very much, Emedisure Pharmacy, for our prize money this tournament. Wow. Oh, Nimes has the handle. Okay. But he's just unable to hit.
Well, that was a good drive in the middle, seeing that lane open up, but he just fell short on that right-handed floater.
Joel Liu receiving that handoff. He doesn't see the numbers on his side. They have a weak side offense here. They have to put something up, and that is money.
Richard Albo delivering every time he gets that swing pass from the weak side of the floor. And really, that's opening up that lane para dito sa Bacolod bowlers. Excellent play for Richard Albo.
Rob Manalang kicks it out to Nimes. Nimes just a little bit high there. But Manso, tricky shot by June Manso.
Look at that shot by June Manso, man. Difficult shot at that.
And if you're Pasig, that's one way you could end it at the buzzer. The game now is within 4. The All-Star Bacolod bowlers still with a 4-point lead kontra dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. 53-40 is our score. We will be back for more action dito sa Filbasket. But before that, one standout has been Costello, the man amongst boys. But we see ABB sticking within reach. Joel Liu hitting some jumpers. And guys like Albo being able to open the floor and pull up from deep. So both teams going back and forth action here. No one is letting up. We still have more Filbasket action coming for you. The fourth quarter when we return. And we are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Dito sa Muntinlupa Sports Center, you see the scenery of people here enjoying our Friday action. But we would also like to thank Mayor Attorney Jaime Fresnedi for being very courteous to us dito sa ating Filbasket venue. And as well as Congressman Rufy Biazon, the Lone District of Muntinlupa. It is the fourth quarter of action. For those of you tuning in, you could watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Kumu, and TikTok Live currently going on, so hang on to your devices. And we have the totals for all throughout this ball game.
Yep, so far that 24 points by the Bacolod All-Stars allowed them to regain that lead at the end of the third quarter by 4 points, 53 and 49. Of course, credit that to Richard Albo, who made those 3-pointers and upping the percentages from 3 nitong Bacolod All-Stars to 42%, going 9 of 21 in the third.
And Costello on that last play with that spectacular floater off the bank, keeping Realtors within 2. That will be a turnover. Ball goes back to Santa Lucia. Those of you just joining us, this is Nico Aaron Quintong alongside Coach Mike Perez. It has been a tick-for-tack basketball game here. Both teams not letting up. They've been able to execute on both ends of the floor. So, napakagandang laro po ito dito sa Filbasket.
Well, Arben Johnson so far maybe not in this rhythm for this match. And so Liu comes in. And we were talking about why do we have Alwin Aldaid playing just 10 minutes in the first half when he's the most proficient from a scoring standpoint. But really it's because of the stellar play of Liu, who's been good for the Bacolod All-Stars.
Costello with a Kobe-like fadeaway there, tying the ball game for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And along with that, we would like to thank the Contigo Scoreboard Multi-Sports Scoring Solutions for our score today. It is a tied ball game now. Back and forth action for both teams. Albo will take a drive. Tough move. He will go to the line for 2.
Foul on number 37, J.M. Gonzalez. That's his fourth.
As you see that drive by Costello. Beautiful Kobe-like play right there for Ryan Costello.
Kulang na lang, coach. Sumigaw siya ng Kobe. That Costello, just very impressive so far. He's been one of the key players for this Santa Lucia Realtors. They've come back within this ball game because of some significant contributions from guys like Costello. And now ABB with a 1-point lead after that trip to the line. Rob Manalang still the one for them. He is dictating the pace of the offense here. They give it to June Manzo, but just some miscommunication from both guards.
Yeah, that pass was a little bit behind June Manso of that, coming off that flare screen from that action. But you talk about efficiency, Richard Albo just doing things right now. The points are just above his average. He's right now 13 points on a 4-point average per game. So really, Richard Albo doing a lot of stuff here para sa Bacolod All-Star.
At sa mga Cebuano natin na nanonood ngayon, one of our sponsors, the Manila Kingpin, will open their first branch in Cebu tomorrow, April 2. So abangan niyo po ang Manila Kingpin. Fourth quarter action dito sa Filbasket. You do not want to leave your seats because we do not know which this game will go. Both teams really playing at a high intensity right now. Lee Yu will take a jumper and he gets called for an offensive foul.
Definitely, he warded off with his left arm before going for that shot. But kita mo yung talagang yung resolve niya na magbabasket talaga siya. He will go for that attempt even with that defense on him. Kaya lang, nahuli nga siya na parang tinulak niya itong si Ryan Costello. Look at that baseline. Little push and a nudge. Good sell there by Ryan Costello. And the ref saw it and called that foul.
And Costello doing it on both ends of the floor. He wants to pick and roll with Tang. Tang with a drive. That is no good for Jeric Tang. Now Veloria here. He has a one-on-one against Manzo. He sees this mismatch. Kicks it to Cancino in the corner. Albo, he's gonna pull up, and that is swish for Albo.
Look at that! What a three by Albo, man! That guy's got 16 points in this game. Wow, Richard Albo.
A 4 who could hit that three-pointer, but will Manalang answer? That is no good for Manalang. ABB now with a 4-point lead. So they've had the momentum so far these past two plays. As we see here, Casino recognizing Albo, pulling up from deep and making them pay. Flex on him, Albo. And this smart instant replay is brought to you by Smart Simple, Smart Ako.
Well, right now, Richard Albo going 5 out of 7 from the three-point region. As you see, Valoria on that drive. And Valoria is fouled.
Foul on number 12, Tyrone Chan. That's his second team foul.
And both teams going at a very fast-paced game, Coach. I mean, just when you think Santa Lucia has momentum, the All-Star Bacolod Ballers have been able to counter that with either a 3 or a layup.
Well, again, it's credit to the defense that's seen para dito sa Pasig Realtors, pero wala ring let up itong Bacolod All-Stars natin. What with JK Casino, Viloria, and of course, the sweet shooting Richard Albo's gone 5 of 7 so far in this game from beyond the arc.
And that brings us to a timeout by Santa Lucia. 59-53 is our score. We will be back for more action dito sa Filbasket. We are back dito po sa Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. It is the 4th and final period in what has been a spectacular matchup between the All-Star Bacolod Ballers and the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Nico Aaron Quintong with you today, joined by Coach Mike Perez. And what we are witnessing right now is a tale of two teams who have fought it till the end. And with some updates from the sidelines, we will take you to Sam Colosso.
Thank you, Nico. Sabi ni Coach Bong de la Cruz from the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors is to execute plays at higpitan lalo ang depensa. You know, Coach Bong is actually Alwin Alday's previous coach in La Consolacion College. So a little bit of friendly competition there. Nico, Coach Mike?
And thank you for that report. Sam Colosso bringing us some updates from the sideline. So, as Sam mentioned, Coach, when you have some friendly competition, syempre, nothing beats the fact that you face such a small community of basketball here. So, syempre, when you're stepping on the court, it really helps the morale of players when you know you're competing against some of your friends.
Well, friendly competition minsan talaga, and it's just very friendly yung pagkaka-define natin, pero there really is competition because once you get inside these lines of a basketball court, you're no longer friends, you're no longer relatives, you're competitors inside the game. So parang ganun na nangyayari dito. Siguro yung friendly competition lumalabas na lang yan after the game na ako nanalo sa iyo or naisahan kita, parang ganun. But really, while the game is going on, these are competitors. Talagang lalaban at lalaban yung mga yan.
And you know what they say, Coach, whatever happens on the basketball court stays on the basketball court. When you step within those 4 lines, it's all out war.
Right.
Doesn't matter what kind of history you have a team to win for, so you're going to do your best to give it your all.
And right now, the Pasig Realtors doing a really good job of forcing that turnover. And they are still down by 5 points here with 6:43 remaining in the fourth.
And a 5-point lead para dito
what a
sa
move!
All-Star Bacolod Ballers. But June Manzo, spectacular play, but just unable to finish.
You gotta space out now. That side's too crowded.
Manzo wants an isolation. He is faced against tough defense and a tough shot by Manzo. ABB looking to push the pace, but they slow things down. Casino, he wants some off-screen action. He sees something here.
Look for Richard Alba probably coming out of that pin down. Oh, clear path! Oh, nothing there.
Everything but the finish for Viloria.
Viloria had that lane all to himself. Oh! And just as Mark Yee said, you're not doing that on my side of the floor. Mark Yee with that defense.
And reminding Costello that there are also some big boys in the paint. So he wasn't able to get that shot easy para dito kay Costello.
Yeah, let's see that once again, that drive. Mark Yee just going up against that left-handed layup by Ryan Costello.
And that instant replay is brought to you by Smart. Smart Seam Play, Smart Ako. Big block there for Mark Yee.
And you see, the one thing that you admire about Mark Yee is yung passion niya sa paglalaro. No? He's not like playing off the bench or what have you. Actual nasa floor siya, inspiring everyone by, being a leader by example. Oh, good tap right there para dito sa...
7 seconds on the
And
shot
speaking
clock.
of leading by example, Coach, as you mentioned, si Marky, that's something he wants to do for this All-Star Bacolod Ballers team because he is actually the team captain and everyone in the team looks up to him for leadership. But Manalang, he slips there and Moralde just unable to hit. A spectacular defensive sequence for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers.
They say there's a little bit of commotion here.
That's his second, 13 foul.
That's another personal call on Marquis, so that's going to be another 14-second possession para dito sa Pasig Realtors. They gotta make good on this two shots. They are down right now by 5 points.
Tyron Chan, he could trim things within 3 for the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. And he is actually, etong si Chan, one of the returning players para dito sa Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. He will be a key for them moving forward in this ball game. Now, the Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship is brought to you by Wilson. It is the official game ball for our tournament this season.
As you see, Coach Bong Ramos right there, strategizing with the coaching staff of Pasig Realtors, how they trim down further this deficit that they have, but they pretty much have really enough time to get back. This is just a 2-possession game.
Chan goes 1 for 2 on the line. They are within 4, but ABB still taking control of this lead. We are at the halfway point of the 4th quarter.
They're trying to push out Marquis from that low. Oh, Alwin Alday! Beautiful floater of that jump stop.
Alwin Alday now finally gets going for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. A spectacular jump shot. Manzo, he wants a pick and roll action with Moralde. ABB hedges that play. And now they give it to Manalang on the weak side.
Yes, that switch. Marquis.
Manalang. Oh! Spectacular defense by ABB. They have the numbers. They want to run. Casino kicks it out to Alday, but he is double teamed. And Santa Lucia doing a terrific job recovering on that play.
That's more or less a microcosm of why the Bacolod All-Stars are, leading right now. The intensity on the defensive end and that drive to push it back as we see that kick out over to Alwin Alday and the jump stop and an excellent floater from Alwin Alday.
And that move of the game is presented to you by Puregold. Alwin Alday clicking now in this fourth period, keeping the All-Star Bacolod Ballers up by 6. We have 4 minutes remaining. And we hope that itong si Casino is all right. They will need him to contribute more moving forward in this ball game.
Could be a case of cramps, I believe, for JK Casino.
And both of these teams not letting up here. To everyone joining us, it has been a back and forth sequence of events dito sa ating opening game. You are also catching us live right now on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Kumu, and with a delayed telecast tomorrow on Solar Sports. Viloria now gets the pick from Marquis, and Viloria will not finish by the rim. Santa Lucia, they could trim this within 3. But June Manzo doesn't see any advantage on the baseline. They give it to Nimes. 8 seconds to shoot. Nimes will pull up. No good.
That offense continues to stagnate para dito sa Realtors, taking too long to develop and to get to their point of attack.
Marquis,
nice drive right there.
Pass. High IQ play by Marquis to Alwin Alday. And with that, the Santa Lucia Realtors want to talk things over. They will get a timeout, but let's check out this spectacular recognition by Marquis all the way to Alwin Alday for the 2-point basket, giving the All-Star Bacolod Ballers an 8-point lead, 63-65. Magbabalik po ang Filbasket. We are back dito sa ating Filbasket 2022 Summer Championship. Richard Albo has been one of the key cogs for the All-Star Bacolod Ballers with 17 points, 4 of 6 from deep, and 5 rebounds. Oh, tough move for June Manzo.
Well, June Manzo just willing himself inside that paint as we approach under a little 4 minutes under. And still a 6-point deficit para dito sa Pasig Realtors.
Watch this move by June. Oh, behind the back, the floater. That could have been an end one, and that is a tough move for June Manzo. 6-point lead now for All-Star Bacolod Ballers. This will go down to the wire. Mark Yee here. He looks to take it all the way, but is fouled.
See, Marquis is much better at orchestrating if he's on the intent of driving from doing it from the top rather than do it through the post. Most effective siya sa post pagka he's looking for those skip passes to his shooters. But for him personally, I think it's better off coming off from the outside if his intent is to score.
And Viloria unable to hit, but ABB gets a second look at the basket. They have 9 to shoot. They will have to put something up here.
Left lane's open. Gotta take it.
Oh, he kicks it out too. Viloria just unable to finish. The Realtors are running. They have the numbers. Costello is blocked by Viloria, but the ball will go back to Santa Lucia.
Well, good defense there by Viloria. Timed that jump of Ryan Costello and able to get that block and prevent that drive for the Realtors.
And to everyone just tuning in, this is Nico Aaron Quintong alongside Coach Mike Perez, joining you in today's Filbasket opening game here in the Friday action. The Santa Lucia Realtors against the All-Star Bacolod Ballers. We are nearing the 2-minute mark dito sa ating fourth quarter. Di pa natin alam, Coach, which way this game will go. Both teams really going back and forth, able to get some stops.
Yeah, we're keeping this game close. Di pa rin natin alam kung sino ang lalabas na mananalo dito, but it's good for the fans. Close games always are.
Jun Manso, oh, he finds the open man, and Chan makes them pay. He is from three-point country.
Well, that all really started with Jun Manso trying to create that separation from the defense and putting up that kickoff over to top of the key para dito kay Gonzalez.
And the Realtors still sticking to the terrific pass to Mark Yee.
By Alday to Alwil to Mark Yee. Ganda nun.
Parang itong si Alday has eyes at the back of his head na Coach Mike. Terrific pass to Mark Yee.
Ganda ng read niya, but right there, unnecessary contact there between Marquis and Gonzalez. But you gotta see that play once again, Nico. Look at that, beautiful. Two guys fed off that drive, and Marquis all alone by himself.